Okay, at last, we've been sat here for 30 minutes having lots of technical problems waiting to get tonight's evaluation race started. So we're in Spa. You can see everybody flooding out the pits. We've got 15 minutes of qualifying ahead. Car setup's good to go. We'll let the initial set of drivers get out and get some space. This is an evaluation for Season 4 of Assetto Corsa Competizione GT3 cars. We've got a very full field for this eval race, 47 drivers. Lucky it's Spa, because that's big enough for track to fit all these drivers on. You just see that it's like a motorway in front of us, all these people going out. So some sort of problem on the ACC service tonight, and a lot of people couldn't join, and when those of us that were on the server, it wouldn't advance into qualifying, and the league coordinators have spent 30 minutes trying to sort it out. So I was told we were about to start qualifying and start the broadcast, and then I've just been sat there waiting and waiting and waiting. Okay, let's drive out. Probably a bloody computer crash or something now. And welcome to the world's longest set of pit lanes. It takes forever to get out of the pits in Spa. I was wondering if I've spent that long waiting for everybody to clear out the way, whether they'll be coming round, which will be a bit of a mare, to be honest. A few people back in the pits, maybe they've already had a bit of a slip and had to reset. We're about to reach the pit lane limiter at last. It's probably why they are using Spa. It's a really big track.
He gets away beautifully, a perfect pit stop.
Okay, Stevie, we've got 12 minutes to set a lap. Let's get some heat into these brakes.
Okay, looking clear behind. Got very cold tyres, so I'll take it a bit easier than normal. The rank had a bit of a wobble there. I'll have to confess that as this is an evaluation race, I've perhaps not practiced quite as much as I might have done, or worked on the setup that much. I've got the car handling okay, but I was experiencing quite a lot of understeer and oversteer, which is a great combination to have. But I think I might have dialed them out just before we started. Okay, we're coming up to the end of the outlap. Tyre still out of pressure though. Come out brake a bit too early there, but it doesn't matter because the line's up here.
There must be an accident, the yellow flags are out.
Now the track's hot. This pressure should be good. I've got enough fuel for 2 laps, I think. Yeah, 2 laps. And I think that'll be it for quali.
The leader has just done a 220.60. The leader is just done at 219.64. Okay, Stevie, 10
quick.
minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left. Sector 1 is 1.7 seconds.
Well, that's actually slower than his best qualifying lap today.
The car ahead is just done at 223.11. The leader is just done at 219.36.
Very hesitant here. Gonna focus on getting a banker lap in. Car's really sliding around.
Sector 2 is 3.5 seconds.
Unfortunately, he's not as fast as his best intermediate.
Don't be putting me down, Murray. As this is an evaluation race, there's a real mix of skills of drivers.
I think there's some kind of incident. I can see yellow flag.
Thought for one moment then I was going to get a DQ'd lap. Ooh, I just caught that then. The car was starting to rotate. Okay, got a legit lap in.
Done at 217.56.
So just having a legitimate lap actually gave us P24. I don't really want to start that high up in this race. There's an enormous number of drivers. So despite the fact it's an evaluation race and people are supposed to be being careful, odds on there'll be a bit of carnage in lap 1. I'd rather not be involved.
Your front brakes are pretty hot now.
Always reassuring when you're trying harder and you're still going slower than your previous lap.
The guy ahead's lap time is 223.74.
So with the way we're moving qualifying, I don't know what happens to me, but I've done a 222 just an hour or so ago in practice. I can safely say that being sat around for half an hour was not helpful. None of us were going out on the track and getting our eye back in, so a lot of sliding there.
The car in front has just posted at 224.34.
Not improving much. Not improving much at all.
P35.
Go to the pits. Don't think I'll get out again. There's 5 minutes to go, so let's get rid of a bit of fuel. And probably just go straight out, really.
Stevie. 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes left.
Well, we're taking the opportunity to use ghosting to go right through me. Seems to be going very quick compared to everybody else. I don't know who's managing that. This is a pit lane limiter that I'm on. If you go above it, you get DQ'd. Oh well.
Watch your mirrors, there's a car approaching.
And that was an absolutely perfect stop.
Oh, thanks, Murray.
Is being waved.
The brake temperatures are low. We need to get some heat into them.
So as usual, the issue on this is going to be Tier 1 and Tier 2, Tier 3 drivers going very quick.
There must be an accident. The yellow flags are out.
So there's plenty of time to get round and do one more attacking lap.
Yellow flag.
That's the Blues. He'll have to pull over now. That's a blue flag.
On your right, clear right. That's 2 minutes left. 2 minutes.
I think there's some kind of incident. I can see yellow flags.
E43.
It's a long way down, even for me.
The leader has just done a 217.00.
Oh, box. That's it, that's all over.
Okay, Stevie, we need to watch these track limits.
Let's make sure I get out of the way before I quit.
Something's happened. The yellow flags are out.
Your front brakes are getting pretty hot.
Oh dear, never mind. As I said, I prefer to be at the back anyway. I think I'm very at the back. Oh no, I'm not that bad. Well, actually I am last because nobody behind me has done a time. Well, the upside is I'm going to stay out of trouble. I'm also going to blame the fact that I was sat there for 30 minutes. That's wrong. Good job I checked that. That's right. That was close. Could have set off with the wrong fuel and the wrong tyre pressures and it could have all just been disastrous. I'm worried about these pressures. They seem low. I hope this works. Not a good idea to change the pressures last second, but I've got some deep suspicions about that. What it is this is a tactical move to be at the back. It's all carefully thought out. And Morphy's one of the, I think all of these behind me are the bloody league coordinators who are interested in setting a time. Yes. I don't think I'm quite on it tonight. I think I always know when it's an evaluation race and its effort is not 100%. And it's very often on evaluation rates that I have a complete disaster as well. So there's plenty of opportunity for that. God knows when I'm going to get to eat tonight. Especially with the 30-minute delay, we should have been racing by now. Okay, session's over, quality's over. My tactical positioning of the car at the back of the field in order to exploit everybody else is played off admirably. Just waiting for the server to advance. It sounds like there's still some people out on track. I don't know how. I do have done it myself in the past. Driven around as much as I can. Oh, hotline. Somebody's reporting on Discord that they're being booted from the server. We've had technical challenges all night. No, I'm not seeing that. It would be a nightmare if he didn't advance now. Oh, he did advance. Thank God for that. Okay, fuel's good. Tire pressures are of concern. They seem very high to me. But worst comes to the worst, I've got a pit stop I can use. Okay. Oh dear. Driver 88 here got a disconnect, but it puts you at the back of the race. 52, right at the back of the race. Yeah, I think these are all the Morphy. I can't see Morphy. He's usually got the garish looking car in the world. It's always a Ferrari as well. It's a few places behind me. He's on the evens though, so he's got to be on my left. You won't miss Morphy's car if you see it go by. Right, 1 hour of Spa. Normally they make it 90 minutes at Spa. It's usually the big race in the World Endurance, is it? It's usually the 24-hour race, so we usually like to make it a long race here. Oh no, just lost somebody right in front of me. Maybe he didn't press drive. Happened to me. If you get to press drive, you're suddenly just booted to the... I can see the leaders in the distance moving off now. Morphy's complaining he's lonely. I'm here to keep him company. Okay, usual start widget for ACC. You know, it was dangerous weaving to try and warm the tyres up, which are stone cold. The car was getting away from me then. This is really weird. The track's quite warm. The tyres are like icicles. Maybe I need to look at the toe in and toe out settings of this car. Maybe the tyres are too straight and not generating enough friction. So those of you who may not be familiar with this type of racing, it's a rolling start, not a standing start. So this is the out lap. And we won't stop, we'll just roll through. Try and avoid chaos. The worst bit with this is the widget that I'm following. Always says, right, catch up, and we're miles behind everybody and you have to drive like an absolute lunatic just to try and get in position for the start. My rear tyres are still cold. Try to light them up a bit, nothing's happening. Apart from my front brakes cooking. I'm really worried my tyres are going to be overpressurised now. I think all that messing around and waiting at the start has got me computer. It's already at 28 degrees and it's not fully up to temperature. Oh, I'm gonna have overpressure tyres. Between 28 and 20, 28 and 28 and a half, I think is ideal.
The track
29.
temp is 31 Celsius. Okay, Stevie, be ready.
This is the mad dash to get into position. Because the driver dropped out, I've got to get behind Tripiana. And also, for those not familiar, on the Endurance GT3 start, we use the official start line for Spa, which is down the hill. This is the Formula 1 start-finish line we're passing. It's way too short for the number of cars that are in this field normally. Before you have to go into this hairpin bend, so they always start on the downhill section.
Green, green, green. Right side.
Oh,
Right side's clear.
that's not a good idea, Shalavnov.
Car right. He's still there. Clear right. There's a white flag.
Cars everywhere.
I think there's some kind of incident. I can see yellow flags.
Right side's clear. Car left. Clear left.
Who's number 40? 4 wide, going into
Car left.
Stavolo.
Clear left.
Stavolo. They're very good with corner names.
Car right. Hold your line. Clear on the right. Clear right.
There must be an accident. The yellow flags are out.
White flag. Incident in turn 11. The gap in front has increased. It's now about 1.3.
Okay. Just trying to let things settle down a bit now, get through lap 1.
The gap to Martins behind is now 0.8.
Someone who was just on Discord asking if there was going to restart the race, so there must have been a few collisions at the beginning. I got punted up the backside, but the track in front of me was blocked completely and I was slowing down, so somebody perhaps was a bit keen. I don't know if we got damage turned down or off, but I don't appear to have any damage at all. Which is okay. Something's wrong with my setup because I'm just dropping behind in a straight line here.
There's a white flag. There's an incident in the chicane. It looks like it's Bauer. Slow car ahead.
Right, I think I have a few frame rate issues then.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
This could be dangerous. Unknown driver behind me going into Eau Rouge. That was taken quite well, I think. I never seem to carry as much speed as anybody else through there, though.
Car on the left side.
Don't know how.
Clear left.
Got Morphy behind me, checking on me. think he knows me well enough, I'd have thought, from previous season. Oh, he's gone for a very muted blue and yellow number this time round. Sort out my pit stop next time I'm on the back straight. It's currently not configured to do a change of tyres, which is mandatory. And the tyres are okay. A bit too high at the back. So I'm in the McLaren tonight, not my usual trusty Porsche. That's an interesting line, Bellicon. But I am contemplating a switch. We've got an endurance race at Silverstone coming up this weekend. Another interesting line. And we're in the McLaren, which is really good at Silverstone, which I picked up from a SRO online super race with all the pros.
Okay, Stevie.
And it is.
Just hit each and every apex. There's an incident in Eau Rouge. It looks like Bauer, B37.
When I watched the SRO race online, the McLaren was dominating, and it's really nice around Silverstone. It handles beautifully. I'm doing something really wrong in Eau Rouge because everybody goes past me coming out of there.
Clear left.
Oh, he's just gone for a normal, like, pro skin for the car, like a proper sponsored team. Should we try and put some pressure on Morphy? Need to figure out what I'm doing wrong in Eau Rouge, though. I'm incredibly slow as well. 228. Oh, it's gone. Oh, that's not a good start.
We've seen front locking going into who on?
That wasn't good at all. Right. That's supposed to be pressurising Morphy, not spinning around on the spot. Right, now we got time to make up. It's going again. I think the pressure being too high at the back is not a good thing.
Your front brakes are getting a bit hot.
Yeah, it's a 29 PSI now at the back. I think that's what's causing the problem.
The car in front is pitting.
So let's drop these down by 1. 6.6.
B38. Incident in Radion.
Something's happened. The yellow flags are out.
White flag, mate.
Okay. And boom, boom, boom. Oh yeah, I got punted up the back. I wonder if that's a factor. What the hell went on there? Looked away for a second. You're getting more messages now about when you hit track limits, which is actually quite helpful because it was usually a mystery about where the track limits were. Right. Lost 10 seconds to the drivers in front with that silly little spin. And I'm, oh my god. You can see my time marks just then. I'm losing more time now. Oh my god. I figured out a new line going into that corner this weekend and it's much better. I won't save me from that terrible lap though.
B35.
I remember seeing something with Jackie Stewart saying if you go back on the throttle before you reach the corner then you brake far too soon. I braked far too soon. So I'm down for bodywork repairs. I think I'll have them actually. Let's see what it does to my lap times. Useful to know. Rear tyre pressures are still too high, which I think is causing the rear end to spin out quite a lot, to give me quite a nightmare. Whoever behind me is closing in fast.
The gap in front
I think he's the driver who ended up out of position due to a disconnect issue. I think he was in P14, so ideally you don't want to get in his way too much. He's way quicker. He's going to try out the inside straight away.
Right.
Very much reliant on me being polite. So lap down, he's got a lot to make up. Must be frustrating. Picked up another tip last night watching Irish drives about something called telegraphing the throttle, where if you think you're drifting on beyond the corner, come off the throttle and then get back on the throttle again really quick. Perhaps during a race is not the time to try out new tricks, but I'm not got anything to lose here. There's nothing really at stake. It's far too late to worry about my pride. 12 seconds now to nearest driver, if we don't count the guy just in front. Just only half a second up on the best. Again, I think I braked too early there. Getting the braking for that corner correct is so hard. You can arrive at very high speed. If you get it wrong,
Keep it nice and smooth. Come on,
you end up
let
in a
the
right
race
mess.
to us. You've just done a 227.39.
That was a new personal best time.
I think I'm about last. It's good job I don't let these things get to me. What I'm doing is more tactics. Is I'm putting a false sense of security into everybody else that I'm not going to be a threat in the upcoming season. And I'll get put in the lowest tier, tactically again, and then start dishing out the pain when I get my rear tyre pressures right next time. That was better. Again, something that Aris was saying from Kunos. It's about being more predictive in what you need the car to do. Don't wait until you're in the corner to start turning into it before you reach it. And that did work just then. Ooh. Don't turn in too hard. That rear end will come out.
Your brake temperatures look good.
It's a nice exit. Yep. We're gaining time all the way down the straight, which is what you want. 15 minutes to our pit stop. 12 seconds to the nearest driver behind us. See if we can brake better this time. No, I could still brake later. I think I need to be looking at that 100-meter marker board on my left. Very traditionally, the car will stop within 100 meters.
B33.
Again, throttling before I actually reach the corner. So much time I can take on this lap. I mean, Bour's 10 seconds up the road now, so it's been about a lap and a half. So I really need to, I know where I need to improve now. I just need to actually execute the plan. Penalty for driver number 45. Just flashed up, low down on my screen. I'm not number 45, so I'm all right. Where's Bour actually, right in front of me? I'm getting a bit more into it now. I noticed there was no mention there of a track limits penalty. Oh, yes there is. Got away with it though. Basically the race control went you're too slow to give a penalty to. Here we go. We're getting more. Car's getting more into it now. The benefit of the McLaren was it's very easy to slide into a corner and feel like you've got control of the car. It really moves nicely on the track. Feels great actually. Ooh, that was a little bit close, but that was at the 100-meter mark, and I made it stick. We're still only 0.2 of a second up on my best lap. 226 is appallingly slow. I only got that a little bit better because I actually missed my brake marker. How are we looking? Well, some of the people in the pits, ignore them. No, I don't know what's going on. Seems to be big gaps. "12 seconds to Sainelazov. I do apologise if I got your name a bit wrong then.
Your front brakes are getting pretty hot.
That was a fantastic slide, but not very quick. as is evidenced by being 0.2 of a second down on my PB. I'm not scrubbing on my tyres, I can feel it. I don't know, fronts are looking hot as well. Check it out, check it out. Go now. Overcooked it. Overcooked it.
Car left. Still there.
No penalty because I came back round to where I should have been.
There's an incident in Eau Rouge.
It'd be nice if I could keep up with Ullman and have a little bit of a race, but he's probably going to feel a bit uncomfortable if I did that because he's a lap down.
He's coming up from behind now.
12 seconds. He's faster than you into LeCun.
Very naughty people on this track. The guy coming in behind me has got a drive-through penalty, so I don't know what he's done. Still in the race, trying to figure out how best to get around that corner. Not a good idea. First real race in this league is in June, so I'm off work next week, and there might be a lot of practice going on to try and improve so that we can have a good go this season. Hope I'm in the same, or mostly with the same drivers as I was last time around, because it was mostly okay. There was one or two drivers that appeared to have a bit of a bee in the bonnet with people, and putting some strange messages to stewards, but well, hopefully, you know, it'd be nice to see how we measure up. Give Morphy some stick again in the lobbies. Grumble, oh, that was way too early. Grumble about Voodoo being in our league, and I've still got my suspicions there. He's very quick. Yeah, that was a really, really bad lap, I think. Oh, there's 3 people in front of us. It'd be nice to catch them up. That felt better. It was.
There's an incident in Eau Rouge.
Over half a second up. Oh, there's no crashing. No, it looks okay. Let's let somebody perhaps cut the corner a little bit. Computer got excited. Okay, so 36 minutes in to go. So we're 6 minutes, or we're 2 laps or so away from pit stop time. I feel I'm scrubbing off too much speed for this corner. I might boot up the F1 game after this. Go around this track really quick. Although in F1 2019, I believe it bears very little resemblance to this track. Oh. Driver 777 had his penalties cleared. I wonder if he's one of the league coordinators who's probably using some magic teleportation tricks to get around and have a look at everybody driving. This is feeling a lot nicer this lap. Still only 0.3 of a second up though. This is perhaps where I want to be by the time I actually get to the race. It's taken this long, I think, to get into it. I think that half hour sitting around is not helpful. But it's something I need to learn to deal with, especially with the endurance race coming up. I'm only driving twice over a 6-hour period. I've got an hour drive each time, but I'm going to be waiting a long time to get into the car. I need to be sure I can. That was much better. I need to be sure I can jump in the car when it's my stint and go straight away. You can't take 30 minutes to get into it.
And that could really blow the race wide open.
Keep the foot in, see what we get. No, we're not doing very well. 0.3 of a second down. Not for me, the blue flags. That's for drivers in front. Usually good exiting. Somebody just came on Discord to let everybody know he's exiting the pits, which is always a nice move. But the pit exit here is pretty off the racing line. You'd have to be blind to not see somebody coming out of the pits. You have to, you know, you've got radar on there. And you can see quite easily to your right as people are coming up. So you've got very good vision on people coming out from the pits. But it's always helpful. It's always the sort of thing I forget to do. I'll try and have a good look at the radar as well. Crew chief's been quiet this race. This is a worry. Why's crew chief gone quiet? Little puff of dust there from the driver in front, just catching a bit of grass over the curb. That's a driver for position, this. We need to push on against him. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to pit in a lap. Or I should pit in a lap. Tyres feel good though. Car feels good. The tyre pressures look okay at the front. I might put it back up by 0.5. Somebody's just come flying up behind us.
There's a car leaving the pit lane.
Burton and behind us is very quick. We make sure I'm on the left. Plenty of room on the inside. Oh, I made a fuck of that.
Car on the right. On your right. Clear on the right. Clear right.
I think I'm going to put my tyre pressures back up from the pit stop.
Okay, Stevie, the next car is Vertinen.
Crew chief is working. I don't know why it suddenly stopped working. I mean, I've heard Murray a few times giving motivational speeches. Be careful, Vertinen. He's a slower driver. Wait until it's a good place to pass rather than just punt him. There you go. I think you've sort of scared him off to the right a bit. Should be all right now. Oh no, it's a battle. Guy behind me made a bit of a lunge then up the inside. Oh, come on now, sunshine.
Car right.
Clear on the right.
Clear right.
Here's a lap down. In a normal race, I'd be sending that one to the stewards about like barging me off the track to get through. But there's all sorts of weird shenanigans going on in this race, so he's quite possibly had 3 pit stops just to try out tactics.
That's a blue flag.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
23rd place.
The blue flag is being waved.
We are at the halfway mark. Still a long way to go.
Okay, Stevie, we're halfway through. Fuel looks tight. You might make it to the end.
Fuel looks tight. I put loads in. I've got a pit stop to go. Maybe that's putting them off. Rather enjoying this actually. I don't want to go into the pits. Lost quite a bit of time this lap letting those leaders through. And Nemanovsky's behind me by 1.2. He probably thinks it's for position, but he's probably pitted and I've not. We'll see if we can have a bit of a challenge. I'm not sure we will actually. He's probably quicker than me, but at least there'll be some excitement. And
Okay, Stevie,
I think
you've
he's
used
just
half
going
your fuel.
to sail past me on the back straight.
Car right.
Clear on the right.
Right side's clear. Don't let him get away.
Shows you where I'm somehow losing out on the exit. Got much better speed there on the straight. Now, this place I find impossible because it's got no decent markers for
Look out
where you
for
should
pit
brake
speed
for the
on it.
pits. Oh man, where's my pits? Will I get it on the right position? Probably not. Where are my pits? Long way down. Very honoured to be all the way down here. Right, line it up, line it up. Oh, and about there. Yeah, 40 seconds wait for repairs. Oh, no, not quite like the money. I find it very difficult to get this car in the right place. Message people on my uni course, but I'm thinking I'm going to have to drop out of my uni course because I don't have time. He said, sat in his sim rig having a race. Okay, well, it's been okay so far. We got a little punt at the start, but that's not too unusual, especially here going up Eau Rouge. That's been quiet, but I'm not really pushing very hard either. We've had one little off, we've had one spin.
Come on, let's go.
One little spin, unfortunately. Still don't know how that guy was going faster than us down the pit stops. The pit limits are on. Never any wind in this game. It's got a wind marker there on the pit lane thing, telling me there's no wind. I don't think I've ever seen wind. Oh, oh, is that his pits? Can see his car went up.
There's a car approaching.
On
Stay
jacks.
behind the white line.
That's the Blues. He'll have to pull over now.
Your brake temperatures are looking good. The lead car's pitting.
That's out of order, Lem. You're not passing. You're not lapping me. Your position, cheeky boy.
Car right. Right side's clear.
So Nem came flying up there, flashing his lights at me, and it was for position. There's all sorts of shenanigans going on here. Oh, Nem's really leapt off the track, which I think is wrong. I don't think we should need to leap off the track. If they happen to catch you in a bad place, regards, you know, position and holding them up, and that's part of life. Right, let's give Nevins a hard time, seeing he's flashing his lights at me in a very rude manner. And then this is when I'll start overdriving and spin.
The gap ahead is now 0.8.
Oh, get me front tire scrubbing then. Ah, Nem's doing what I used to do for that approach to that corner.
B41. Incident in Eau Rouge.
I'm wondering if, I don't know, my car's got too much downforce or something. I'm losing time on the straights. Can't when Nem's just pulling away here, I think. Seem to have been losing my lap time info. Suspicious. 22 minutes to go. 1.8 seconds now to Nem.
There's an incident in Eau Rouge. Looks like it's Watts.
That's a blue flag.
Car on the right.
On your right.
Clear on the right.
Clear right.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Suddenly the cars feel a lot better, maybe because it's lighter. I think I might get a telling off for that one.
The gap behind is now 1.1 seconds.
Ooh, it's all very
There's an
close.
incident in Huon. It looks like Watts.
Oh, come on. Got a P12 just behind us.
B40.
Okay, this is where it gets a nightmare when you've got lots of
That's the Blues. He'll have to pull over now.
Car right.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Clear right.
Come on, come on, come on.
Car on the right.
Clear right.
Good. We've got a lapped car, Hatim, who's a lap down, who's 1.1 seconds behind us. Nems is 2.8 seconds now after letting those cars through in front of us.
That's 20 minutes to go.
Carried too much speed then into there. I was not in control of the car. It's in danger of spinning. Where's my help? Nems is also getting held up now. All's fair. Sure, in the Porsche, I could go through there flat in third. Doesn't seem possible in the moment with the McLaren. It just doesn't have enough downforce at the front. Oh yes, closing in on them. Get the pressure on him. Half a second. Got 20 minutes to see if we can get past him. I think he gets a better exit from here though. I'm faster down the back straight. Oh, computer's working properly again. Telling me I'm getting no better and no worse. Slightly wide line for Nems there. Now I know his line into here is not quite as good as the one I found out. Oh fuck, 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 fuck.
Left side. Clear left.
The blue flag is being waved.
That was to avoid hitting him.
The car ahead's pitting now.
Completely over. Oh, Nems went to the pits. Well, that was a shame. I was looking for a good race there, and then there I was, all smug about my better line, and carried way too much speed. I thought, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to hit him. So rather than hit him, I jumped off to the right and hopefully went across the front of him.
Blue flag.
The blue flag for a long way away. Stay to the left.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
And this is the trouble now when you're mixed up like this. Got lots of people coming through and it's constant blue flags. So what we learned there with Nems was don't try it into that corner. It's not a good place to try and overtake unless you're really sure of your braking. Plus you're also reliant as a driver there, they'll be turning in. You're very reliant on them giving you space, which isn't always guaranteed.
The gap is growing.
So I was a little bit over optimistic there. But those are the sort of moves you can only try when you're online against the real people. AI just doesn't behave that way. I just need to remember it when I come back. Maybe I need to watch this back when I'm doing to come back to Spa, which is on the season. It is one of the races. It's a 90-minute race on the full season.
That's the Blues. He'll have to pull over now.
All right, Stevie.
Take it wide into
Let's make
T1.
sure we can take them. B39. On your right. Right side's clear.
I think the next one's 8 seconds away. 15 minutes to go. There's a big difference in capability in this race because it's a random mix of all tiers. I think we've had 300 drivers. I think have tried to sign up for this season, which is an immense number of drivers. So I don't know how many tiers there are going to be.
Relax, focus, keep it smooth. 15 minutes left, that's 15 minutes.
With that many people signing up for an online league, there's going to be a vast gap in speed and capability and experience. Now, I've got lots of experience, but not much speed. But when you've got really fast drivers on the same track as really slow drivers, it's not a very good mix, actually. It makes it very difficult. Makes the driving, the race, not fun for both parties. The fast drivers get frustrated because they feel held up, and the slower drivers, it's just you don't want to feel like you're in the way. At least I don't want to feel I'm in the way, spoiling their race, possibly affecting the result. Just glad I didn't hit them then. I would have been a bit upset about that. I'm also upset he pitted. I was looking forward to a bit of a fight with somebody.
Your front brakes are pretty hot now.
Alright, let's try it again. I wonder if what put me off was the fact that Nems was on the left, and that's where I'm putting my car, isn't it, to get round. And what you need to be doing is, if you know there's a car that's going to be there, you need to brake a bit earlier, because you're going to have to brake in a different place. You've got less track length to stop the car, or slow the car down for the corner. So my mistake was braking too late.
Eau Rouge, we think it might be Martins.
Looks alright to me. Oh, go on, bounce, bouncy, bouncy. Now we're looking. P39 at the moment. 47 runners still left in the race. Not a particularly glowing result. I can't even see where the next driver is. Can do if I change fuel. We'll have a look in a second.
The blue flag is being waved.
I was feathering the throttle there. You should be feathering the throttle. Let's go wide on here. Not that wide.
That's a blue flag.
Where did he come from? That sort of appeared out of the mist, that car.
Car on the right.
And we've got P40 behind me by 6 seconds. Come on. Of course, one of the challenges is we're so far out of position at times that the driver behind is got an excellent chance of catching me up. So maybe we'll have a bit of fun then. Maybe we'll be able to keep up with him.
Watts is getting closer. The gap is now 6.0 seconds. He's quicker than you into La Source.
Watts, I think, he's very quick. I think he's quick. I think he might be out of position. He's all the way down in P40. But he might have done 5 pit stops for all I know. 10 minutes to go. It's closed up from 10 seconds to 5 seconds in no time, but I have had a very difficult lap with faster cars coming through. Overpressure at the front. A lot of trouble getting my tyre pressures right for this race. Yeah, both 29s at the front, that's a bit high. Now only 3 seconds to Watts. No, we're not going to be able to have a good fight with Watts. He's closed up in no time whatsoever, so I don't want to get in his way. I think he is a quick driver who's just out of position.
There's an incident in Bruxelles. You've got 10 minutes left. 10 minutes to
Just
go.
1 second. It is for position, so I shouldn't just jump out of the way, but Watts is going to go straight past us. He's got the big Bentley. He's got the Bentley boat. He'll go up the inside.
Right side.
Car on the right.
Hold your line. Blue flag.
Car on the
Still there. Clear right. Come on, Stevie.
Oh, no!
The guy ahead is Watts.
I have a measure now, as I don't want to get in Watts' way, but let's see if we can keep up with him, which I don't think we're going to do. I think it's probably going to be a better exit off here, Eden. Not entirely convinced my setup's correct for this track. P19 and P20 right behind us, so I need to figure out a way of getting out of the road.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
That's a blue flag.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
B40.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Car right.
Car on the right.
He's still there.
Clear on the right.
Clear right. Blue flag.
It felt funny then. Oh, Nem's still in the pits. I hope he's not got a problem. Oh, what's that? Is that blue flag for me?
Car right.
Clear on the right.
Clear right.
No. They've got P1 right behind me now. Is Gixer one of the... I think he is. He's one of the moderators. I think he's checking me out. With some very dodgy lines there.
Gap to Watts. Ahead is increasing. It's now 10 seconds.
Six minutes to go, 3 more laps I reckon. We're not quite last, but we're probably not far off. This is all part of a plan, you know, to get into the right league. It might look like I'm just not very good, but it's all part of a plan. Oh, that's an interesting tour across the car park there. Once again, the game tells me that I'm so slow,
Stevie, 10 minutes of fuel
no
remaining.
penalty will be awarded. It says Dommy's in the pits, P39. That's a shame. That was really, really slow. I can't believe how slow that was through there.
Five minutes remaining, 5 minutes left.
I'm going to do a lot more practice for Saturday in Silverstone. Can't be driving this badly and let my teammates down. We've just all got our fingers crossed because when we did the qualifying session, which was a little bit chaotic, as we tried to figure out how to make the game work for a team event, we quickly realised everybody's from much higher tiers than us. And I had to motivate the team afterwards. I thought we did quite good quali times, but we were way off the pace, and we are virtually last. But that's fine. The race isn't about what happens in 5 minutes, it's about what happens over 6 hours. And we just don't want to get the car destroyed, really. We want to be able to get through and get to the finish reasonably intact. And my motivational speech to the team was that if we can keep the car on the track and not have any incidents and avoid having repairs, I think we'll do quite well. I think we'll end up midfield. But any position further on than where we qualified is going to be a bit of a win for us because we're against much better drivers.
B39, good consistency. Keep them coming. You need to push if we're going to hold this position.
Not sure about that. Butters is behind us by 6 seconds. No, I've been that slow. Oh, that's another trip across car park. And still the game says I'm not fast enough. Happens a lot to me at that Eau Rouge. GT3 cars are okay for downforce, they're pretty good, but they're not an F1 car. And I struggle to get an F1 car through Eau Rouge. It's 5 and a bit seconds now to Butters. I would wager that Butters can't close in on me. And I might get to see the name Butters quite a bit in the next season. But there's a whole bunch of drivers behind me. Poor as well. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Talk about terrible. I ended up in very low gears. It's normally a third.
2 minutes to go, 2 minutes.
Third gear corner, but I'm in second in this car. And hanging on. I'm doing very well this lap for some reason. Maybe my little trip across the car park helped. How many litres are we down to? 11 litres. Bang on the money. Enough for 2 laps, and we've only got 1 more lap to do, I think. Oh, that was a little bit wide. Don't tell anybody, I won't. Well, that was slightly overcooked, but we just made it. Wasn't a particularly efficient way to get around the chicane though, because we lost half a second. Now I'm in trouble. Now Butters is right on my back.
Good lap, that's your best in the session.
Oh, it's all coming down to it. This is the last
Blue
lap.
flag is being waved.
Blue flag? For why? On the wrong through. I am. Oh Jesus, it's P1. Don't hold him up. Plus it's tactical. If the leader goes past me, then that's it.
All right, Stevie.
I'll
5
finish
minutes of
behind
fuel
him.
remaining.
The trouble is
5
Butters is right behind him as well. The pressure's on. Come on, leader. Come on, leader.
On the right. Clear on the
Car right. Right side's clear.
Here comes Butters. He's all over me. I think he might be quite quick, actually. He slows up 6 seconds in like 1 lap, so I'm not optimistic that we're going to hold off Butters all the way to the end. I need Bouer, who's right behind him as well, to interfere with this situation, distract him with an attack.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
He's going to go to the inside.
Car right. Right side's clear.
I'm sorry, Miss Bouer. I hope I'm getting that right. It's a fight. I can't just let you through. It is going to be a battle, I think, of the breakers. Last of the late breakers in the last corner. Unless he gets a good exit from here, which is perfectly possible, because I've got a dreadful exit every time round. There's only 0.1 of a second in it. The big Bentley boat's coming.
Car on the right.
On your
Oh,
right.
that was close.
Clear right.
Oh, we went wide.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Car left.
Leader has finished race.
Still there. Clear left. B38. Well done, mate. Good finish.
I'll bring the car back.
Looks like the leader's bigged it in La Source. Left side. Clear left.
It was a bit tight at the end there with Bouyer, but it was a bit difficult because I had to get around the corner, but I knew he was on the outside, so I had to drop a gear, and I'm not sure if that really threw him off. Very difficult. Go back to the pits. Right then, well, it's been an incredibly long evening. I've still not eaten. That's the end of the Eval race, and season starts in June. Keep an eye open for when I put the first race up, and I'll catch you later. Cheerio.